And so the sauce that goes with it is called pesto alla Trapanese. So it's pesto in the style of Trapani, the city of Trapani. Well, the first thing you have to do is deal with the tomatoes. So there are several ways to do this because you have to take the skins off the tomatoes. So what I do is I just take all the tomatoes, wash and dry them. You need about 8 to 10 large cherry tomatoes. These are big cherry tomatoes. And you can either put them in boiling water and let them boil for a minute or two until the skin looks like this, you see? And then you can just peel the skin off the tomato, and you have the whole tomato. That's one way to do it, because this is really an uncooked sauce. You're going to cook the pasta, and you're going to put this sauce over it at room temperature, so you don't even have to cook this. But you want to start with really, really good tomatoes, because as I'm coarsely chopping this, I didn't tell you, we also have to put this through a mortar and a pestle, or you could make this entire sauce in a food processor. All right, we have our tomatoes, and now we have to deal with the almonds. So you want a half a cup of natural almonds, raw almonds, almonds without salt. Yep. Let's see what we got. Okay, that looks good. So we're going to put that into a bowl. So there are our almonds. We can just set this aside now because we don't need that. Now we get into the fun part. We have our almonds, tomatoes. We're going to need some extra virgin olive oil. We have the salt and the basil and the garlic. So we want to put the garlic into the mortar. This is the mortar. This is the pestle. Means to pound down. See? Now you're saying, she's got to be crazy to do this. Well, you know, I'm trying to do this, show you the traditional way of doing this. So you smash down the garlic a little bit. You give it a little bit of salt. Now the salt acts as an abrasive against the bowl, so you get an opportunity to use the pestle to really grind the ingredients. Now this is not a smooth sauce, it's a coarse sauce. So I got a little salt in there, and now you add the almonds. So you've got the almonds in there. And you just want to move that around a little bit with the garlic. And you know, it's time consuming, but really it makes a very delicious sauce. If you're not using this, you're doing this in a food processor, and now you are smashing down these tomatoes. You want to smash them down really well. I mean, you know, leave a little texture, but you really want to get them going. So you can see it's getting kind of mushy now. So now we stop and we pick our basil leaves. You don't want to cut it with anything because it bruises the basil. It's better to tear the leaves. Now, if you don't have small leaf basil, well, then you're using large leaves. It just means that you're going to work a little harder, that's all. Okay, now we're going to add about a couple tablespoons of olive oil. And I'm going to do that a little at a time, so I'm just going to eyeball this. That's about a tablespoon. And really use a good extra virgin olive oil. How saucy that's becoming, but it has a lot of texture to it. So I'm going to just put a little bit more, another tablespoon of olive oil, and continue with this. And I wish you could be here because it really smells nice. It smells like a good basil sauce. So here's the consistency, you see? It's still got some texture to it. It's not soupy falling off the spoon. And this is going to be the sauce for the bucciate.